You have this amazing landscape during the day. When the sun goes down, you get another amazing landscape.
On a clear night in the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales, you can see as many as 2,000 stars in the sky, and you might even be lucky enough to see the Milky Way.
How incredible must that be for children to see that for the first time?
When I go back to the urban environment, I'm just gobsmacked at what you can't see. These people come here, they're surprised to see stars, never mind the Milky Way. What was an empty sky, they realise is actually full of diamonds on black velvet.
It is an incredible experience being under truly dark skies. We've seen amazing shooting stars, we've seen amazing fireball that went overhead here in Dalby, and then we saw it explode into several pieces. And also we've had the pleasure of seeing the aurora here as well. It's an exhilarating experience.
The Dark Skies Festival is just an opportunity to promote what the Yorkshire Dales and North York Moors has to offer as a dark sky reserve. It's not just about stargazing, it's about experiencing different ways of benefiting from the night sky.
This year is our 10th Dark Skies Festival, and it's a great opportunity to look back and reflect on how far we've come from a small beginning to now what is the country's largest celebration of our dark skies.
It's really to provide what a national park should provide, which is an escape from the urban environment.
Offering these festivals gives a chance for businesses to stay open longer and encourage visitors to come and experience what we have to offer in the winter months, which is amazing dark skies.
You can take the subject of astronomy, the stars and the planets, and then link it in with all sorts of other subjects. The social side of life, the historical side of life, the magical side of life. Astronomy lends itself to just so many different areas.
It's also important because 85% of the UK will never see the Milky Way from where they live. Places like the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales National Parks are incredibly important for people to be able to come and experience those things.
It's been fantastic to see how the Dark Skies Festival has developed over the last 10 years and to see how businesses have seen this as an opportunity to promote themselves.
One of the events that we're running this year is a Dark Skies Cafe evening, and that's with Paul Clark, who's a local astronomer, talking everybody through the Yorkshire Dales dark sky with images to go with it.
We'd go outside, have a row of telescopes set up, and people will be looking at different objects in the sky. Within the space of 2 to 3 hours, they get taken to another world.
We are a cafe and a cycle business. We've been involved with the Dark Skies Festival since its beginning. We're doing a ride, shine and dine, which is for experienced mountain bikers of all ages. We are doing a Pizza Planet ride for beginners. So the children will go and do a little bit of a trail looking for planets and stars, and then they will come back and make fantastic pizzas here in the cafe.
We run stargazing events in Dalby Forest in the heart of the North York Moors National Park. At our events, we like to take people on a tour of the night sky. We like to point out the stars, constellations, asterisms. When we've got our telescope set up at Jupiter or Saturn and it's their first time seeing something in the night sky through a telescope, it is really, really special seeing people's reactions.
As well as our stargazing events, we have a planetarium dome that we take to schools. Kids really love it, and it's really nice to see how inspired they are.
Those first festivals really did just focus on stargazing, but we knew light pollution wasn't getting any better and perhaps there was more we needed to do. And back in 2017, the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales began the journey together to apply to be an International Dark Sky Reserve. That designation was achieved in 2020, and the North York Moors and the Yorkshire Dales became 2 of the 22 reserves globally. And while stargazing continues to be really popular at our festivals, it also gives us a great opportunity to promote broader messaging around light pollution and what people can do to reduce pollution at home, and also in protecting our dark skies.
We need dark sky reserves for a number of reasons. Yes, for the field of astronomy, the ability to see the stars and planets, that's very, very important. But also there's a very important aspect with the natural world as well. Animals, plants, They need the natural cycles, day and night, when night is actually dark.
So examples of that would be, if you see moths flocking around lights, they're not actually doing the job that they do at night. And many people don't know that moths are more efficient pollinators than bees. So they take over and do that job at night. If they're all flocking around lights, then they're not doing that job. If we think about diurnal species, so birds for example, you can be walking out in the morning in winter, it's still pitch black, but there are street lights on and there are birds singing in the trees next to the street lights because they think it's daytime. So they're awake much earlier, they go to sleep much later, and again it impacts their health. Whenever we're looking at lighting and we're looking to reduce light pollution, it's never about trying to convince people to turn all their lights off and stumble around in the dark. Everybody needs light. The aim of reducing light pollution is responsible and sensitive use of light. So we've recently launched our dark sky friendly community scheme. One of the communities that we've been working with is Ampleforth Abbey. What we've been doing there is working with the team to improve tranquility and reduce light pollution so that the lighting is befitting a setting such as Ampleforth Abbey. Identifying all of that lighting that is either at the wrong colour temperature, it's shining up into the sky, it's causing glare and disorientation, and replacing that with really nice lighting. So it's all down lighting, it's all warm white, but it does the job that's needed. The general principles around good dark sky friendly lighting is, first of all, light only what you need, only when you need it, and at a level that's suitable to that need. People can improve and reduce light pollution irrespective of where they live in the country.
We're really proud of our Dark Sky Reserve and we need to maintain that. So we have regular volunteers going out monitoring the dark skies. We have monitors that are positioned around the Yorkshire Dales to make sure that we have the standard of dark sky level that is important to maintain that reserve status. And hosting festivals and creating events is another way that we demonstrate that we are promoting our Dark Sky Reserve.
We also do a lot of engagement work with schools and other community groups. It's often the first time a child will get to experience the kind of the enormity of the universe and to understand our place in that. And it often helps those children, those individuals, to go on to become our scientists of the future.
It's the magic of seeing these faces of people that have never experienced dark skies before, never experienced stars, and all of a sudden being wowed. And when you live in a city, you don't get that opportunity to see that, but coming to the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors, you really do.